Going live. We are live, everybody. Welcome back. This is Queen's Realm Podcast. Huh? You know me. I'm the queen. This is my kingdom, but this is my show. And I have special guests today, everybody. You already know the bestie, the best friend over here. You know what I'm saying? Glowetry. You understand? Of course, you know my other special guest has been here several times. Mr. Executive L is in the building. We got
Thank you.
a face y'all have never seen before, people. It's somebody new here.
Welcome, sir.
Do you see him? Okay, new here we got Mr. Terence Burst here, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself real quick since he's never been here before.
How,
He never been here
how y'all doing? Terence Burst, aka Mr. Burseout himself. Um, just here to shape up something, life coaching, military personnel, doing everything. Me and many trades. Here to kick some knowledge and have fun. So thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir. Today's episode. Today, people. We're going to talk about alpha males and alpha females and those beta males, and it's a new one that I didn't know about called omega males. And if you haven't seen my last video, then you won't know where this is coming from. Go ahead, scoot over there and go look for the last video. It's a reaction video to They Like the Bad Boys from the C4 movement. But you gotta go ahead and watch my video. You'll understand this video. First, because ladies first, and I'm a lady, and it's my show. We're gonna talk about alpha females first. And I'm just gonna run through some of the traits for the alpha female. So fellas, y'all can jump in whenever, but I'm gonna let the ladies take the lead on this because we ladies. And I very, very much identify as an alpha female. I will say that first. So Glow, I'd have to ask you, do you view yourself as an alpha female?
So
Here we go.
we just had this conversation seriously. So I wouldn't call myself one, but I feel like I have those traits. Okay. I don't want to go around saying, yeah, I'm alpha, but I'm the boss at work. I handle my business. You know what I mean? No one tells me what to do. Like the confidence is there. You know, I run shit. So
did you hear what she said? She runs shit. Huh? Okay. The whole idea behind Queen's Room for me is I'm a queen. Queens rule kingdoms, so therefore I'm an alpha. But I'm an alpha in every sense of the word from these definitions, these traits. So I'm gonna read a couple of these traits, and you guys just let me know if you agree or disagree. I know you gentlemen have probably run across an alpha female. The first thing it says, hold on, let me sip. The first thing it says.
didn't even started yet. Come on,
First thing it says is you don't go looking for attention, it goes looking for you. Child.
shit.
I don't even like y'all like that. And I don't mean y'all. I mean like y'all have heard me say this several times before. I want to be bothered when I feel like being bothered. You better bother me while I feel like being bothered. Therefore, I don't go looking for the attention at all. You know, if you want to bless your own life, you will give me some attention. You know, I'm just saying. That's just saying. And that ain't even
What they say, get you a me. You know what they say?
I feel the oil all over that. All just
Okay.
if you knew better, you would do better, which is
You know.
okay. Anyway,
okay.
Number 2, you encourage men to be their best selves. Didn't we just say get you a me? Don't come for me though, because I don't want y'all. So don't do that. Because y'all be mistaken sometimes. A lot of the time. It'd be the audacity for me. Do you not know who the okay. I was just thinking about something. You thought anyway. Number 3, you get what you want. Now, I'm gonna break that one down because a lot of people view that as you get what you want as being spoiled. No, as an alpha female, my thought is I get what I want. I set my sights on something. I work hard. I do what I got to do to get it. I get what I want. Not somebody get it for me. Not somebody give it to me. Not somebody hand it to me. I do the getting. Do you understand? I do the getting.
Mm-hmm.
I do the getting. I don't mean spoiled. Because what Drake say, and I quote Bishop Drake said, I heard it in a song today. He said, I do it for you niggas and do it for myself. That's my whole mentality. So
Prophetess Ariana Grande said, I want it, I get it, right? I buy it. All that, you know.
Come on, Prophetess Ariana Grande.
I'm just saying. She wanted
that. Number 4 is every song about being an independent woman is basically about you. Let me think of a few songs and some lyrics. Yep. That one too. That one. I can't sing the songs because, you know, I don't want to get no copyright strike, but the song. That one. Yep, that song too. That one too. The next one is stress can't stop you. Now, I don't think stress should stop anybody. I don't necessarily view that as like being an alpha trait for anybody. Stress should be a motivator for you. What's making you stressed? Okay, let me do what I got to do to not be stressed. So it don't necessarily bother me, but it does motivate me. Chloe, how you feel about that one? Stress can't stop you when you're an alpha female.
As you were saying it, what I thought instantly was how you handle stress, right? Mm-hmm. So how you handle stress depends on being alpha, beta, or whatever you call yourself. Like I say, putting yourself in a category is not necessarily my forte. But
come on, somebody. Did she just flip? Come on with the mental flex.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, don't box me in. Like I'm whatever I want to be.
She said I don't put myself in category. She just said it so smooth.
I'm just saying. But so stress for me may not come out the same way somebody else does, or it doesn't affect me the same way. So maybe they say alpha folks don't let it stress them, where betas might. Okay, that same situation might come out differently for someone else, depending on how they view themselves, their confidence level, all that stuff.
Correct.
I'm gonna roll right through.
That's very much true.
The next one. I want to sing this Diddy and song, this bad boy song so bad because it literally says, "Ain't nobody gonna hold you down."
You said a Harlem Shake.
you hear the lyric? Ain't nobody gonna hold you down. That's self-explanatory for me. I don't let nothing, and I just move right past you. Oh, that's what you want to do? You can stay over there. I'm going over here. Next. You're the glue that binds you and your friends. Pretty much.
Excuse me, is it Gorilla Glue?
The Gorilla Glue.
Absolutely.
There you go. Hold on.
Can't nothing wash it up. It ain't
nothing.
Times. No. Sorry.
So sorry. No, I'm not. Anyway, you admit your mistakes. Now, this is hard. Wash your toes, ladies, because I'm coming. This is hard for a lot of women to admit when they're wrong. They just don't like it.
So does that kick out the alpha though? Because alpha admit they wrong.
I'm an alpha female, so I admit when I'm wrong. So I don't like it, but it's necessary because it's life. You're not right all the time. You're not right.
Take your time. Take your time.
Soak it up.
Make it plain now. Make it plain.
Can I spell it in sign language? I have to say it.
It's almost as bad as the word submit, ain't it?
Well, I like that word. Never mind.
Never mind. No, you took your throat. You like who? Okay.
Never mind.
We're gonna speak on that later. I ain't gonna speak out of turn.
Really? We're gonna get to this. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
We're gonna speak on it later. Don't even worry about it.
I'm thinking about something else.
What happened?
All right. Yo, L's right, man. We're gonna come back to that one. I like that.
There is nothing wrong with admitting that you're not right all the time.
Wrong.
Wrong. You don't want to say it.
I said it already.
Let's say it together. Wrong.
No.
I'm the alpha female independent. I can say something about
myself. I'm trying to help you out. Get the right word. Vocabulary is important.
I'm a poet. I got all the words.
Wrong.
You got finesse around that. It's my, like I said, it's my show. You don't have to say that I don't want to say. Period.
Too late.
Next point. You don't put up with terrible people. Woo, something. Woo, sigh. It depends on your definition of terrible. I'm very forgiving. So what I think is terrible, another person might not think is terrible, but it's certain stuff that people immediately get cut off, and I just can't. We're not even about to go any further than this point. I can't. You're not going to make me either, because you're just going to make me cuss you out, and then you still not going to be happy. So just leave me alone in the interim. You aren't intimidated by anything. Clowns and spiders, that's pretty much it. As far as people. Okay. You got 8 legs and 8 eyes, you might get me. You know what I'm saying? You clown. Don't ever try to play me like that, y'all. Don't ever try to come up to me dressed like a clown and thinking it's funny because you're going to get a 2-piece and or some lead. Don't play with me like that. I don't like clowns that much. It's not funny.
Okay, you said not much, though. You said not much.
Huh? I said clowns and spiders. Clowns and spiders. That's it. And that ain't really intimidation. It's fear. That's
right.
Different.
That's what I was about to say. That would be 2 different things, wouldn't it?
That's phobias. That's you show no fear. I be scared of a lot of things sometimes, but I'll do things scared anyway. That's why I don't believe I'm intimidated by much, because if I'm scared of something, I'm anxious, I battle anxiety, I'm going to do it anyway. So it's not going to stop me. And all my stuff is usually internal. So you ain't going to see it, but it's there. Which is a good and a bad thing, because people will think you're emotionless, you don't have no feelings, you ice cold, you're a bitch. No, I have feelings. Just if you don't know me personally, my feelings are none of your business. So it's not about being cold. It's not about trying to not be fearless. It's more of a protection thing for yourself. You don't want to be vulnerable around the wrong people.
Respect.
They take advantage of that. Glove, how you feel about you showing no fear?
I think that's I definitely agree. It's an alpha trait. Like you said about doing it scared. I think people do hide it more because you know what I mean. Like they don't. I think it might be an image thing too. Like if you're an alpha, and it's just an assumption. Okay, I don't know for sure. You have an image to portray, right? So you're not going to show fear because you're here. I don't know.
I'll be damned if I let a stranger see me scared of something. You don't know me. It'd be that thought.
Yeah, I mean, if it's true, it's true. You know what I mean? Like if you're afraid, you're afraid. Let's be honest with yourself too, though.
Come on, see. And the next point is you're tuned into your emotional intelligence. By the way, segue real fast. You've been paying attention. You've been watching Queen's Room podcast. Guess what I got? A whole episode on emotional intelligence. Some of us are emotionally inept. Trying to be politically correct, because the word I want to use starts with an R, ends with an N.
Some of us are emotionally unavailable. Let's just put it that way. Some of you guys out there are emotionally unavailable.
I like that.
You're not popping. This is definitely me. The next one. Alpha females are always learning. We like to learn. We like to know information. I always want to know more about everything. I'm a nerd anyway. So that fits into if I don't know something, if somebody else knows more about it, I want to learn about it. If I'm in a friendship or relationship with anybody in my life, they into something, I'm gonna secretly be looking the stuff up because when you're talking to me about it, it's not that I don't want you to have a leg up on me because that's your area of expertise. I just want to know what you're talking about. So when we talk about it together, I'm right here with you. Better conversation if I learn what you're into and I learn the moving parts of what you do.
That's
Because who just
respectful
gonna
for
sit and
real.
listen to somebody talk about something you don't have any idea what they're talking about? You're not interested in it for real. You don't care. You're just listening to them talk. Who's finna do that? So now you're talking for no reason. You wasting my time. I could be making money or something. See what I'm saying? Make it make sense.
I got you.
I also think this is not on this list. Alpha females are intentional people. Them just they're intentional. Uh-huh. Next point. You can hold your own in a room full of men. I ain't scared of y'all. Who gonna check me?
Nobody.
I wait.
But I wonder if that also means like safety, not just in conversation, but could you feel safe in a room full of men?
I
I'm not
haven't.
sure.
I
Is that one of the
haven't.
questions?
No. I'm sorry. I'm saying no to the phone. No, not today. I haven't felt safe, but I feel like if something went down, I could hold my own. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna have to pull out this martial arts training, these brass knuckles, this knife I got in the car, this like we not doing that.
That Caraza.
You take me down, we're going down swinging. Somebody getting hurt too.
You
All of
got
Taking
that
a finger
Caraza,
of
huh?
something with me. But also my security, and that comes from I feel very protected by the men in my family. So I just like, okay, you don't know who you're talking to. You're right. I'm one of them girls because I grew up in the hood, so I'm also one of them girls like, wait till I tell my cousin. Wait till I tell my cousin them. Wait, but I'm not going to say all that. In my head, I'm about to call my cousin. You going to disappear. Allegedly. 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 Okay, we're almost done with the lady points. Another point is supposedly we can be viewed as too ambitious.
Supposedly.
That's what it say. Oh, you're too ambitious, according to some.
Because since when was being ambitious a bad thing?
If you was Julius Caesar.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like you're too ambitious. I'm not supposed to be like what?
I don't see that as a negative. I guess it's all about your approach and how you go about doing things, though. Like
Yeah, and
you
it's
could be
also
ambitious
a
and
need
just
for
dirty.
it's also a need for balance. I think that's where that comes into play is you don't want to put too much on your plate where it becomes unrealistic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
Mm-hmm. 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 The second to last point for the Afro females, you're a champion for your family. Y'all already know. Anybody who watches this show has watched any episode where I mention my family. I don't play that. Play with your bald headed ass granny, not my peoples. I'm just saying, we're not gonna do that.
Stay with your mammy, not me.
I said it. And they know how I feel about best friend. Best friend is basically family. We won't play that. We won't play that. Out. The best friend say, pull up, send me the location. Because we don't play that. I'm not about that. She may not be about that life for us, that's concerned, because she didn't grow up in the hood, but I did. But she know best friend is. Don't play with her.
Look, I know who to find, but I don't know what to do.
Period.
I'm just telling you.
Right.
Connections. That's right. Connections. I know people who know people.
And what? You gonna do what to my best friend? Oh, okay, you lied to yourself. All right. Anyway, don't try her. Because if you try her, it's trying me. Period. Anyway, moving right along. Last point. You are forced to be reckoned with. Alpha females do not go gently into that good night. Nah. Nah. I don't nah. definitely a force to be reckoned with. I don't play them. Don't try. Listen, y'all heard me say it so many times. Gloria, you probably know what I'm about to say. LG, you might even know what I'm about to say. You know I like to say it. Don't tit me, you won't get tagged. That's it. That's it. Don't leave me alone.
One more time.
I leave other folk alone. Leave me alone, because this ain't what you want on any level. Poetically, you understand me? My only competition, I feel like the only person on my level for as poetry goes is best friend. Don't play with me with that. That's it. Don't play with me. Don't do that. Now, because that was like the opener. This right here, these notes for this alpha male and beta male and omega. Hallelujah. Alpha and omega. Jesus. Ooh, hallelujah. Ooh, Jesus. We're going to talk about these alpha males, and I'm going to let the men carry this part. You know what I'm saying? Because they males. They're saying they couldn't carry our part because we ladies. They're going to carry this, though. First, we're going to talk about the definition of an alpha male. I got a couple of them. Let me get the papers together. Okay. The definition of an alpha male, the one that I like the most, is a very high level of social confidence and self-assurance. Determined, not held back by fear, comfortably takes the lead. They take a masculine approach to women, which makes them feel feminine and makes women feel feminine and girly in response. And women respect alpha males and are attracted to them.
Fact.
Oh, Jesus. Gloria, I feel the oil. I feel the oil. Just.
Oh, that's that king stuff, right?
Come on, King. That's swag.
All right. Just checking.
That's that swag. That's the definition of swag to me. Alpha male is swag, period. Alpha male equals swag. Because you can't have swag if you're not confident or self-assured. You just got on clothes. You're just dressed. You're just you.
You can't be out here naked, though. Like,
come on, you naked. Jesus, you naked. Your confidence got you naked. You're naked and covered in insecurity. Oh, Jesus. The word. So, I want to ask both of you gentlemen independently. We're going to start at Terence. Do you view yourself as an alpha male?
I got the trace of an alpha male, but I'm laid back, so I'm like I could be anything, like an omega almost. Like I kind of like my own ruler, my own lane. I feel like, I mean, by the definition, like that would describe an alpha male, but I know alpha males that are slightly insecure, so they need people to follow them in order for them to feel secure, or they need to display dominance in ways. You know, when you about it, you about it. You step in the room and you just demand it without opening your mouth. So you don't have to, you don't have to state what you're about or what you're doing, or because like I said, I'm at the military army right now. It's a lot of alpha males in here, but it's guys that have to display, that they're alpha male versus just coming in showing that, people just gonna follow you by how you move regardless. Definitely, that swag thing. It's confidence, but I can feel like you could be a beta male and be confident in yourself. So I mean, it's all about what you confident in. Like you could be the whip, your swag or whatever. Like you might be confident in dressing, but when it comes to certain things, you might be a coward. So that's how I would look at it.
Elgin, executive L.
Well,
do you
for
view
me,
yourself as an alpha male?
well, for me, I've never like called myself that. I never really had to. Because like you say, confidence speaks for itself. the way you carry yourself, the way you present yourself. People have naturally always gravitated to me and kind of followed my lead. Even from a young age, I can remember being 10 years old and playing football with the 12-year-olds and leading the pack, and nobody knew at that age, that I was the youngest of them out there playing. So for me, I never labeled myself that or called myself that, but everything that, is on the list, I check all the boxes and cross all the T's and dot all the I's. So
All the
um,
boxes.
it makes sense, for me.
Listen here. He may not call himself an alpha male, but as a woman on the outside looking in, alpha. Just
but
because what
I'm like him. I don't label myself that stuff, but it just is what it is when you boil down.
I'm gonna read y'all the definition in of beta that I found, and it goes in line with uh Terence was saying. Well, I have some notes for you that you need to go look at um, for Angela, Peaches, and Layla. Okay. The beta male. Okay. It says mild levels of social confidence and self assurance, mild levels of insecurity, nervousness, and fear in social situations. They follow the lead of the alpha male because he either is too afraid or lacks the confidence and belief in himself to be the leading male. He usually misses out on hooking up with women or getting a girlfriend when an alpha male is around because he makes the woman feel less attracted and he steps out of the way as the alpha male goes after what he wants. He also takes a neutral approach to women, which makes them feel more like a friend. Women might respect them, but they are unable to remain sexually attracted to them for long because the masculine feminine dynamic is missing due to his neutral approach. So that was a fancy way of saying friend zoned. To get friend zoned, that's your get friend zoned. Let's sip tea on the friend zone.
I laugh because as you read the friend part, Elgin I got big and he said, I was triggered. But because you've seen it. I'm not saying that you've seen that.
I mean, yeah.
Bring it back,
One
man.
of
Bring it back.
one of those things, you hear certain things and you just like, okay.
Really? Like really?
Right. Exactly what you think.
Good to know.
Need you to get it together. Best friend. Pull it in. Pull it in.
Layla, Peaches, and Angela.
2, 3 zone.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
So what's up with this Omega? This is something new. I haven't heard about this.
I gotta finish the beta.
Oh, we got more on beta?
That's
Right. We didn't get much from Alpha.
To keep the sexual spark alive in a relationship between a man and a woman, the man has to take a masculine approach, which in turn allows the woman to feel more feminine, girly, and emotional around him. And I was just thinking about how somebody had made the reference that, why women got to be so tough. Women are not. I'm an alpha male, so I'm an alpha female. So the stereotype is that around the right man with the right masculine energy, I just automatically become more feminine. It's like I can't even help it. It's just boom. I'm done. I'm a lady anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna wait for you to open this door. You don't want me to get out because you ain't opening this door. That don't make me not. The alpha part of me is situated and sitting in her alphaness that I'm putting up the boundaries that you're going to treat me like a lady. You're going to respect me. You're going to open this damn door. I'm not getting out. We'll be sitting here all day. I don't touch doors when I'm with a man because I'm not. You're going to be chivalrous to me. You're going to respect me. I give that aura off that you're going to respect me. But anywho, the Omega male. Now, I'm going to try not to laugh through this. but my petty is strong within me. It's moving through my fibers of my being. Omega males. Low to very low levels of social confidence and self-assurance. High levels of insecurity, nervousness, and fear in social situations. They follow the alpha male and the beta male because he is too afraid and lacks the confidence and belief in himself to be the leading male or even the second in command. Tens. Now this is Gloria. First of all, everybody, hold your composure. Hold it for what I'm about to read next. Hold it, Gloria. You hold it. Hold on to that thing. I didn't write this. This came from themodernman.com. Okay, because I didn't do this. It says tends to use the innocent nice guy approach with women and hopes to be liked enough to be given a chance with a woman. Women neither respect him or feel attracted to him. Of course, there's nothing wrong with being a good guy to women, but the omega male approach of being an ass-kissing nice guy simply does not work with the ladies. I made it through that part. Got through that.
I was holding it. I almost didn't.
Listen, you had to hold on. Just because you're a nice guy does not make you an alpha male. You're not going to friendship your way into the guts. That's the nice way of saying it. You're not.
Pretty much.
That's not going to happen. I posted something the other day on my Instagram that said, being a nice guy does not automatically equating you getting anything from me. Like Gloria said, you're supposed to be a nice person. You're supposed to be a nice, decent human being. That's the bare minimum. So you're doing the bare minimum, but you want high quality things from me. And as far as I'm concerned, my body is a high quality item. So why would I let you into a high quality space with that low quality confidence you got? That don't even go together. That's two magnets that's gonna repel. That repels the pussy. I'm gonna be honest with you. That repels it. Don't nobody want that.
That's a slogan. Repels the pussy. Like
pushes it away. You know why you put that little bit, you put that pepper in the water, you put that soap in it. It's scientific.
Ooh, all right.
You're gonna just see me something bad, and I'm just gonna go break every chain. That's what it does. Now, there are different types of alphas. We got the good guy alpha and the bad boy alpha. Cause like Elgin with these eyes.
I know. I'm trying not to look.
Let me be quiet. I'm gonna just chill. I ain't gonna do
it. No, this ain't the platform to be quiet.
I mean, bad boy alpha. Some people think that's what they is. You know what I'm
saying? They think the bad boy alpha is the only type of alpha to be.
Correct.
I'm gonna tell you, the good guy alpha is defined as confident, mentally and emotionally balanced. I'm gonna say that's a big word for some people. I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, say that one more time.
Confident, mentally and emotionally balanced. Keyword balanced. And then strong. See, balance comes before strong. I feel a word coming. Balance comes before. It's like you can't be strong and unbalanced. That's like working out, going to the gym, and you only working out the one arm. You strong over here. You're not
Where they
balanced.
do that at?
You can't hold anything up for too long with just one hand. You need both of them. Like there's two sides to a scale. You got two hands. You got to be balanced before you're strong. Jesus, help them. Help the people, Jesus. Help me, Lord.
Oh no.
Able to lead situations when needed. Okay, when needed. That, like Terence was saying, you don't have to go out here and show everybody you're an alpha. You step into the role as the leader effortlessly when needed. Like you just know it needs to be done. You ain't gonna tell everybody I'm gonna go over here and handle this. You just go handle it.
Yep.
You just go handle it. Jesus.
Get her
No
done.
need for applause.
By the time people start clapping, you should have already did what you had to do.
We done. Next.
Mic drop.
He is assertive and masculine in his thinking and behavior and in the way he takes action. So you ain't gotta be assertive does not mean aggressive. Assertive does not mean aggressive. Assertive does not mean aggressive. They
But
look alike. They're not the same.
that goes for alpha all the way around, though. That goes for
Yes.
women too. I
Yes.
can be assertive and not aggressive. I'm not an angry black woman. But you're
Period.
not going over me either.
Exactly.
Because you can get the who is you talking to eyes. I ain't gotta say that. But
You're gonna get that. Let's try this again.
Okay.
All right.
Come again.
you're gonna get some per this last email, cause baby,
Say what?
That's where we here.
per this last
Say
email.
what?
As I
Say that one more time.
previously stated. Per this
Okay,
last
say that
email,
one
as
more
I
time.
previously stated.
I just wanted to give you an opportunity to run that shit back. Remember who
Exactly.
the fuck you was talking to.
Yes, come on, you giving us a
Just give me one more
translation.
chance. Give you one more chance.
Excuse
Don't
me, I
fuck
didn't
up this
quite
time.
catch. This is my favorite one. Excuse me, I didn't quite catch that. Can you? Because I want to make sure you heard what the hell you said to me before we even go there. I just want to make sure that you know that you're sure. Oh, Jesus. Next. Good guy alpha males are caring, loving, compassionate, charismatic, considerate, and friendly. Because I feel like a lot of alpha males are considered have the bad guy persona. But when I was trying to explain to people, I know a lot of people who fit into the persona of what I call the definition of a bad boy, and they're all very loving and compassionate, and friendly, and strong. Very much like the alpha male. They're just not going to accept anything from everybody. And one thing I think alphas do all around is, I'm not going to act like I like something. I'm not going to act like I like you. So I'm not going to act like I like any person, place, or thing. I'm not going to act like I'm not. Because who had the energy for that? I could be doing something else.
Yeah. If you don't bullshit, you don't bullshit. Anyway,
Period. And I don't like it. Good guy alpha males love people with an open heart and accept them for who they are, and they hope and wish happiness for everybody in their life. See, that's just a real alpha male. Because if you're a leader, alpha male or female, I feel like if you're a leader and you're in charge over people, then you care about their well-being. Because what kind of leader don't give a damn about the people under them? You're not a real leader. You're a dictator, and that's different. Ain't nobody in here Stalin or Mussolini, so we're not doing that.
These definitions is very interesting. I want to say that.
I'm interested.
it's spot on.
Come on, somebody.
It's very.
All right, let's get to the. Hold on. Let me handle something real fast.
Oh, I forgot we got
Because I had to say something. I'm gonna say this. When I be bending down and come back up sniffing, this is what I'm bending down to. This is Puffs, Elsa Soft. Her has the sinuses issues, okay? And it's cold where I am. You understand? I gotta blow my nose. I just don't like blowing my nose on camera, but somebody brought it to my attention that I'll go down and come up sniffling. Don't try my life like that. I have to blow my nose. And I'm trying to be a lady and not but on the script. So hold on just a second.
Fellas, what do y'all think
Well,
about so far? So far.
yeah, go ahead, Terrence. Talk about the definitions. You said some of the definitions are kind of interesting.
Oh, I said it interesting because it's like when I think alpha, omega, beta, all that. Like when I think about that, I don't think like good or bad. Like with no type of intention. So it's just like you a man,
It's
you a
just a
man.
word.
Yeah, it's like, and when I think about it, like it'd be
Mm.
like, oh, he an alpha male. That means he's strong with it. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna be strong. More forthcoming. He beta. He might be a little bit. Lack of confidence. I can get that. Like when we talk, kind of tie into like the alpha being like one of the alphas being a lone wolf. You know what I'm saying? Like just handle stuff on their own, without don't need no people around. Like me, I could thrive good by myself, my own lonesome, or whatever the case may be, and that can come off of But these definitions is just like, well, you could be beta, like what I'm saying, because you might not want to speak on something. You might because you don't, want to pick and choose your battles. You might not even want to speak on it. But you can be an alpha and be silent too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like all these definitions are good or bad. Like it's like, oh, the beta, he's weak. It's like, oh, he's a weaker man or he's a lesser man, but he could just not, say he might not be confident and strong in that suit or what you asking from him. So,
Mm,
because it's like when you break down people, we are like so many dimensions. So it's just like okay, like football. Like I like football, but I didn't play football in high school or college or whatever case might be. But you might know more about football than me, so I'm gonna follow your lead because I don't know, understand. I might not break down the strategy all the way. I might see something, but you might see it a little bit different. Basketball is my forte. So if you're not, saying as skilled as a ball player that I am, I might see it a different way, and you might take my lead on it. It's just,
mm,
it's like different dimensions when we break down people. Like you might be shy. Some people are shy, but they like, and they get girls being shy. Like so, it's just like I don't know. It's just interesting to me. Like when we break down because some guys can come off aggressive and not get the girl, but the guy who been playing cornball all night, get the girl. So it's like it's just kind of interesting. Like when she breaking down these definitions.
mm. Because you view it more like situational, like you're an alpha
Yeah,
in this situation versus this situation. I do believe that, but for my own personal self, I'm an alpha female in every situation. Um, but it's funny that you mentioned I'm shy, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But you're not gonna know that I feel that way. It's just it depends, I think, on how the person carries themselves. On the outside looking in, when people first meet me and first see me, they automatically think, "Oh, she not gonna be for no bullshit," and I'm not. So I'm glad that that's what portrays, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Part me for me being part of being an alpha male is knowing who to open up to and who not to open up to. What face to show to this person, what face to show to this person. I'm not being
facts.
fake or anything. I'm just not showing myself to no random person. Now, I feel like people who identify or feel like they are strictly one thing all the time, I was more attracted to the definition. Because I looked through lots of definitions. This definition of what a good guy alpha male is, that is usually the type of person I'm attracted to. Because as an alpha female, I don't want to get with a man, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but you might. Oh well, it's my shit. If you don't like it, click off. Anyway, I don't ever want to be the woman. I don't want to control a man. I don't want to have to feel like I have to control a man. And the guy who is super sensitive, like, and I don't mean like sensitive in that you don't talk, because this just said in this definition that the good guy, alpha male, knows how to listen, knows how to talk, is caring and compassionate. I don't want nobody I can run over. Like I said on my last show, if I want something I can control, I can get a dog and train it to sit. I don't want to do that.
Want a
So
bitch?
this, you would
Let's
have
just
to,
keep it
you
plain.
can be, you might can be a beta and date me, but I, as a woman, don't want to ever feel like I don't want to say your presence stands out more than mine. I don't want to ever be viewed as the more dominant one in a relationship because that's not how I am when I'm with the man. I don't want them to be like, oh, she tell him what to do. I don't want that for you as a man standing next to me. Like for everybody to view you as she run the hell out of him. I don't even want that for you. So to be with me, you have to have a certain level of competence because I just listen.
Let me ask a question though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you leave room to let a man lead?
Yes.
Because because the clash, you know what I'm saying? Like because you could be loud all you know what I'm saying, all you want, but he could be in the back just like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
No,
just
I'm just saying.
saying
I
for
know what you're saying because some of the women are just. I
yeah,
don't
when
talk
they
loud generally. So yeah.
yeah, so because like based off your definitions is different from like when you deal with like alpha females. It's like they loud, obnoxious. You know what I'm saying? They making sure they trying to enforce something. You know what I'm saying? Like because they've been so independent. But if they gonna leave room to let a man lead the way he needs to lead without it being a clash at the kingdom, at top, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't see kings and queens having to battle every time. This is my,
Right.
I'm running it.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
like because it could be viewed that if he just be like, all right, I don't want to argue today. I'm gonna let you go ahead and have it. You know what I'm saying? Is he being a beta then?
See, here's
Because he
the
want a little
thing.
bit of peace.
Speaking of
Nah.
arguing, go ahead and watch, Queen's Room episode Fight Night Part 1 and 2. Me and good old Executive Bill. We talked about the correct way to handle conflict and conflict resolution in
Yeah.
relationships and friendship. But to answer your question, when I was referencing earlier, like
I'm gonna follow up
being
after
and
you.
after being with a beta person, because I used to date women too. So I got both sides of the spectrum going on here. I was actually married to a woman, got divorced anyway. Um, and in that relationship, she was supposed to be the more dominant role, right? She dressed more like a boy, but her actions and mannerisms was more feminine. So I had to come up with a balance, and I don't like being like that because I think women and men get the alpha female confused as you dominant. You can be a feminine. Listen, ladies, a feminine alpha female. You can do because I know. Look at
Correct.
it. Anyway, but to more specifically answer your question again, when I was saying earlier about being around certain men who give off, me and Gloria call it king swag, the king feeling, that alpha male energy automatically makes me revert to being more feminine, if that makes sense. Like that energy, I feel that energy, they feel my energy. So okay, I don't need to be like this. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that because I'm in the presence of a real, I want to say real man because people get so in their feelings. But I'm in the presence of an alpha male or a king or somebody that's in charge of their own self and emotions. Because
Yeah.
if your soul is disturbed, I feel it.
Yeah, but think about it. When you're driving, so I love a good road trip when I'm not driving. Okay. I like not driving, but I have my own car and I drive most of the time. So the example, I'm always driving, but I love when someone else drives. So
Come
to
on.
me, it's exactly the alpha feeling, right?
Mm,
You run stuff all the time. And when you have someone that you trust and care about, they got their license, they don't got no records, they know how to drive, you can relax
pause.
in your
Fight.
seat.
Pause. Queens Room episode, girls' night, ladies' night. We talked about.
I mean, all of
We
it.
talked about this. Like
Right?
I
Because,
can let that guard down. I can stop
yeah,
all of that.
yeah. And it's not saying
This
I
is
can't, it's not saying that he can't. It's just when
mm-hmm.
it comes together, we both not gonna drive in the same car.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it. We're going to follow you in your car and follow me in my car. But we're riding together. Somebody's got to drive. And it's okay when I don't drive because I can trust you enough to take care of it. I mean, another little
I could
personal
be taking
example.
care of something else while you driving.
Right. My grandma says she don't sleep in the car when one of my uncles drive. She don't trust his driving. When my other uncle drive, Granny be knocked out. I'm just trying to
Come
tell you.
on, somebody,
You feel
peace.
safe in that car. Don't
Jesus.
ride.
Come on with the word.
Exactly.
I didn't know
So
she was gonna get on here and preach. Go ahead, Elgin.
so to speak a little bit to your point, Terrence, in in my experiences, kind of like what she's saying is when you encounter a woman who has alpha female traits or is very, very strong and dominant, just your aura allows them to relax and become not necessarily submissive, but more on the passive side and receiving to what you're giving off or what you're saying. It's never really a power struggle if they're in tune mentally and emotionally. Because what happens is when you have an alpha female that is not very in tune with emotions and with her mental, she feels as if nobody can be above her and nobody can control her. And some things that happen is when she encounters a male that is an alpha male or possesses the qualities of that man, she doesn't recognize it because she's not in tune. She's just so headstrong and kind of just out there. So I feel as if when you're speaking about what you're saying, sometimes you do have females that are very headstrong and do possess a lot of alpha qualities, but they're not in tune with themselves. They're just kind of like up high and mighty, but I don't know, exactly where I'm supposed to be. And they don't feel comfortable with being in that spot. Like Glo is saying, like, yeah, I do this all the time, but I really prefer if I didn't have to do it. Like they're not in tune with that part of themselves. So that's where you get what you're talking about is like, the clashing of the two. But in my opinion, in my eyes, to be truly in that role or be truly accepted as that it's the epitome of balance for me. Even as an alpha male, it's truly the epitome of balance. It's not necessarily about, oh, I'm in control, I'm dominant, I'm this, I'm that. I know that. Like I don't have to say that. I don't have to speak on it. Like when I open my mouth and when I start to talk and when I direct people in a certain way, your ass is gonna move, for lack of better words,
Jesus.
So it's really not a power struggle when you're in tune, in my eyes. And even in females that I came across that have been, that way, within a few minutes, they're very much calmed down or tuned down once you start to, open your mouth and you start to just, for lack of better words, just be who you are,
Yes. Angela, Layla, and Peaches.
No. So I mean, yes. So when I got a question though, guys. So Terence brought it up. Me and Elder both kind of answered it, but I'm still not getting the answer I was looking for. So if you have the dynamic, two alpha partners, okay, do you all take turns leading the charge? And then when Terence asked is if you're the alpha male, but you let your alpha female take the lead, does that make you a beta? That was the question. I don't know if that ever was literally answered.
So
go ahead, Elsa.
So to answer your question specifically, when it talks about being in tune with oneself and knowing, strengths and weaknesses and things like that. So say like, say for instance, you have two alphas that are dating. And say like the male alpha is not very much, he doesn't really care to like plan vacations or whatever, right? So say the female is alpha also, and that's something that she specializes in, or that's something that she's good at. In this instance, he will step back and allow his queen to be the head and be the lead in that. But at the end of the day, he's still going to have the final say so. He's still going to have the final decision. She's going to plan this. She's going to plan that. She's going to bring options to him and say, hey, babe, what do you think about this? Da, 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 this costs X, Y, Z. That costs X, Y, Z. And he'll still have the final decision and the final say. But that's where in that part is still him being there, being the head, being on the throne, being the last voice of reasoning for the couple as a whole. He may sit back and allow her to step up and shine in that gift of hers, what she possesses in that skill set. But at the end of the day, she still knows that, hey, I still have to bring this back to my king and we have to decide on this together. And if he say we got to go left, well, then we got to go left, even if I may have wanted to go right, you know. So that is where the balance comes into play, and that is where I feel as if you don't necessarily revert back to what some people may call a beta male, but you actually just sit still in your alphaness and allow that person to work in their area of expertise where they may be slightly better than you. And it's not a knock on you, but it's actually a compliment to your balance of being a human being and knowing, like, hey, you know, this is where she's at, this is where I'm at. Let her do her thing, and then we come back together in the end.
I feel that 100. I also feel like 100%. I was just going, paralleling off like those definitions because it was like, well, he's unsure. You know what I'm saying? Like, unsurety means you lack the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just like stand back, let her do her thing, and then you still running your household, you still running your kingdom. That's why I was like, I don't want people to get misconstrued of saying like, oh, because this guy is like, there's certain things in life I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might not put that energy in because it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it doesn't matter to me. But at the end of the day, like, that don't make me a beta if I doesn't.
Mm. Okay, sorry, y'all. I had to go get
Terence,
the computer was about to die.
Okay.
Computer, and I was going to say something to what he said to answer the question specifically was, does it make him a beta? I don't know what Elgin said.
He said,
I'm gonna go back and when I've edited, I'll see the answer. But what I'm gonna say to specifically answer that is, for me, no, because I'm gonna go back to Glow's car example. When you get tired, you can't drive this whole road trip by yourself. What if we're going somewhere far? When you get tired and want to take a nap, guess who's gonna drive? So it's certain things like they can
I might
switch
need
the
that
lead,
45-minute power nap, and then
switch the
I got
lead
it
back and
back.
forth. I feel like two alphas who are in tune and balanced. Balanced. It said balanced.
Balance, key.
You know what your limit is because you know yourself. You know what your limit is. You're in tune with your partner, so you know what their limit is. So you're able to switch. Hey, babe, that's not something I'm comfortable with. But I feel like an alpha behavior is knowing when to be like, nah, that's not for me. I can't do this. Babe, you know how to do this. I trust you. So I'm going to let you handle that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to switch back and forth effortlessly, seamlessly. But I still, just because I'm driving right now, that don't mean my man ain't an alpha. Because he going to get back over here soon as he ready. You ready? Because I'm tired of this. You ready to come back over here? Because I don't want to do this. But I can and I will for the right alpha man. I can handle that for you if you don't want to handle this. You know.
No,
And I
get
feel
that.
as if
I'm gonna go
that also
into
when you in tune with certain things, you present opportunities for that other person. You know, if they're strong in a certain area, and you know you can handle it, but you give them an opportunity to feel valued and important and feel special, and allow them to shine in that spot, even though it may be something that you can take care of on your own. That's the balance that it takes to just keep the relationship even keel and keep everyone happy. It's not solely about you.
And I think one of the main issues, I'm gonna use my marriage for an example because I'm divorced, is I resented the fact after a while that why do I gotta be the one to do everything? Like being in charge all the time is not fun. It's responsibility. Responsibility ain't never been fun. I don't have a problem being responsible, but some of this weight, some of what we have to do as a family, as a couple, as a whatever, why I don't want to do it by myself. Will you take one of these bags? My arms are tired. Pineapples. I don't want this. I don't like it.
But
I
me,
don't want to do this.
but that's what we talked about before, though. So you just said exact
I'm
example
motherfucking tired.
of what we said. But men, though, Do men not do that though? Do men not take responsibility? They open doors. They are paying for everything. They're catering to their queen. Are they not tired?
Boom.
They can get you tired. But as a queen, baby, you tired. I'll reach for the check. I'm not one of them girls who gonna
I'm
fake
saying
it.
we will, but everyone won't.
Right. Well, they
Yeah,
not alpha females.
well, y'all will be considered the unicorns then of the situation
I am definitely a
because
unicorn.
because it's not a normal. If I go for like the typical woman, guess what? I'm from opening doors, putting it down, paying for everything, and if we live together, paying all the bills, rubbing your feet when you get off work, I'm catering to you. It is just like I know in my experiences personally, like I've rarely had women that really took care of me personally. Like I had a long day. I'm gonna rub you down. I'm gonna massage you. I'm gonna make sure you good. No,
Y'all
it's like
did
they had a
that.
long day. I'm making sure you good because I know if from what experiences and seeing a different household, if a woman is having a terrible day, like everybody's having a terrible day. Like if the dad is having a jacked up day, nobody care about dad having a messed up day. Like it's
It's
because that
weird.
means dinner ain't gonna be
It
good.
depends on the household. Don't say that. It depends on the household.
Because that's what I was just going to say. Like, I had an interesting upbringing. I have a unicorn upbringing in the sense that I am a black woman from a all black family in the black hood. He got disconnected. He'll be back, I'm sure. Well, he'll come back. And I had both parents in the household. Both of my parents worked. They were married before they had me. They got other kids. That's beside the point. That's not the point I'm trying to make. And my dad cooked most of the meals. My dad dropped me off at school a lot. My dad did my hair sometimes when my mama was, my mama had to work or another female person in the family. So it was an interesting dynamic. We went on family vacation. Like we did stuff black families don't do. So it was a unicorn in itself as a family. So
Yeah,
I
that's what
see
I'm saying.
I saw both parents doing things for one another. Now I have two sets of parents because my parents are divorced and with other people. And again, I still see that. Let me do this for you. Let me do this. Like
Balance.
my dad and my bonus mom have fights over who gonna wash the dishes. I washed the dishes yesterday. Why you always let me wash the dishes? You cook. Oh, so they have fights over who gonna do the dishes. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of problems I want. They they both
Pretty much.
retired before 60. Come on, this is a blessing.
I,
Like I
yeah,
said, like I said, it depends. It's a nature versus nurture thing for me. So I've seen
right.
it. I've seen how my dad loves a woman. So I want that's the I go after. I've seen what my mama does for somebody when she really cares about them. So and I did all of that and still got cheated on. That's a whole nother episode. What you was talking about. I did all that. I paid for everything. I worked and went to school. I cooked every day. And still rub down the other person. So like I said, I didn't want that role though. I didn't want that role. I got some of that stuff you were saying, but not all the time. But I've
Yeah,
been
so yeah.
been both
So you
people in that
didn't
relationship.
right. So you didn't felt the wrath of not getting that same support and love,
Of
in that way.
course. That's why.
But
Because I'm saying you can do all of that stuff, but I think women's issue is they do all of that stuff for the wrong man. So when the right man comes, they're not ready and or healed, so they don't want to do it again. They're scared. Like if I'm gonna do all this stuff for this man, and he gonna do all this, baby girl, you're doing it
Listen.
but
for the wrong person. So now you mad and bitter. Now, one thing I can tell you about me, I'm not a victim. I have been played several times. I have been cheated on and all that. It has not affected the type of woman I am to people when I really care about them. Because I'm gonna rub your feet. You say your hands hurt before you ask me, I'm gonna massage your hands. Oh, I hurt my leg today. Okay, boom. Every time you come over here, you have a vernish. So when you get here, you're gonna have a vernish or something that you like to drink, something you like to eat. That's me though. But I'm single, been single, and I'm cool with that because I'm not about to get played by nobody dusty ass son. And I don't. I'm gonna give it to Give
But
all of
that,
that to the right person. But
but see that.
I ain't bitter about it though. It's just
Uh-huh.
it happened. It is what it is.
But when you say that, that was the backlash effects of the relationships you had, though. Because
I'm just pickier.
if that's a concern of yours, yeah. But if that's a concern of yours, then the damage is already done. Because if I'm
Eh,
gonna do something, I'm gonna do something wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about heal and recovery and stuff like that,
mm-hmm,
it's like you go in every situation. You know what I'm saying? You know about what can possibly happen. Like if I date a woman, I know she could probably cheat on me. You know what I'm saying? I know these possibilities. I mean, but why we got to focus on the negative? You know what I'm saying? Like if we're going in something new and we're supposed to be healed and recovered and something brand new, and we need to present that new versus presenting what we always present as individuals that have been hurt. We present hurt first. Well, I've been
mm-hmm,
played, so I see him over there. He got his phone down. I mean, he talking to other girls. Like, no,
mm.
it might
I
be
gotta
something
care
else.
first. See, I
So
give
it's just
so I'm gonna go back to the word damage. I don't like to use because, like I said, I don't view myself as a victim. I'm a survivor in every situation. So I don't like the term victim. I don't even like for real the word damage. But when I get into relationships, I don't tell everybody. Listen up, ladies. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. Stop telling people everything that ever happened to you when you first meet somebody. Cut it out. Let them find things out. That's one thing I don't do. And I'm single because everybody know if you watch my, I am in the healing process. I'm not even about to. I'm not in no rush or no hurry. I'm single. I can do what I want to do with who I want to do it with. I don't do stuff like that. But and then to the other token is a lot of people do present the hurt first. I'm not even presenting. That's it.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like I'm single because I want to be single. It ain't be. I'm not scared. It's always a possibility that somebody can hurt you because people are gonna do whatever the hell they want to do. Period. You cannot control what somebody gonna do. You can be the best person on earth, but if that person is not ready to receive none of that, that does not mean that I'm gonna not do it for the right person. And you won't ever find the right
Correct.
person till you gotta run through the wrong ones first.
Got to
I
run
just
up the
view that
numbers
like it's a
sometimes.
part of life. You may think because
Yeah.
everybody think, okay, this one the right one. This one the right one. I got the right one this time. Not yet, sis. You're almost there.
But you won't
Shut
even
up.
know until
Yeah.
you try it, though. You won't even know.
Yeah.
The Bible
So,
says, try every spirit.
Good night.
That's all I'm
so,
saying.
so I want to say this as someone who's been, as someone who's been hurt before, and things like that. You are who you are. Period. I'm gonna be who I am, no matter who the person is, no matter if I'm bouncing back from a hurt, no matter if I'm fully healed and thriving from recovery, no matter what, I'm gonna be me. And it's on you to recognize and respect who I am. And if
Mm,
you don't, then at the end of the day, it's your loss, because I know who I am, I know what I
mm,
stand for, and I know what I present to the situation at any cost, So I feel as if, anybody out there that feels like, well, I've been hurt and I don't want to get hurt again. I mean, pain is pain. It's,
it's a part of life.
it's just weakness leaving the body is how I see it.
Ooh,
So
weekly.
you can either accept it and grow from it or accept it and stay in it. So it's your choice. But always stay true to who you are. Always be who you are, no matter what you're coming from, no matter if you're coming from pain or no matter if you're on the other side of recovery and healing, because who you are is who you can and always should be.
That part. I just don't feel like, I feel like certain people, I had a conversation with somebody the other day. This is on topic what I was talking, and they said, I don't like being alone. And I'm like, why
Mm-hmm.
not? I love being alone. Being alone and lonely are two different things. I try to tell people that all the time because, y'all, I'm the middle child of five. it was always somebody somewhere. Like, you don't have nothing to
Yeah.
do. You don't got no friends. You ain't got no
You can't leave me
hobbies.
alone, please.
God, can I just think like I'm that person when they get off work, don't talk to me for 10 minutes because I've just been peopling all day. And I don't even want to talk to these people. I get paid to talk to them. I don't, so I think it just is, that's another one of those things where it just depends on the person and how they view things. Because I know people, women, I know plenty of women and men who've been hurt and been through stuff, and they that's all you hear about all the time. And I just be like, okay, now what? What you gonna do with that hurt, with that pain? Did you learn anything? Why we talk about this every day? Jesus.
But you
Why?
know
Yeah.
what? That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest,
Mm-hmm.
the learn part. It's the lesson that learn. Because every time
Mm-hmm.
somebody get hurt, and I know we didn't put past the segue, but
But you're fine.
the but the it's like people are not picking up the lesson because like if something happened negatively to you, you're not thinking about the outcome of how it happened. Like so they'll be like, well, he cheated on me, and the cheating that might have been the definitive reason why y'all broke up, but it was things leading up to that before that even happened. If I can't
Mm-hmm.
communicate with you, I can't talk to you.
Come on, somebody.
That's the issue right there. That's the main reason why where we at now. So now I gotta go vent to Susie or Rosie or whoever, you know what I'm saying, to make me feel better about what you're not putting out. Or if it's a guy or he's not being a man, he's not taking charge or he's not making you feel that incompetent or whatever the situation is, then you went out there and going to get it. But see, that's the problem where it started. The communication was already broken. That's the issue when
Mm-hmm.
people being single ain't
Mm-hmm.
tackling in what the real issue is. You take everything good about you
Mm-hmm.
away and be like, well, I ain't never doing that again. Like, but
Mm-hmm.
that person might deserve it. Like El said, you be who you gonna be. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like if you embrace being a good person, that person might not have deserved it or might not appreciate it, but somebody else will. It's
Right.
like
That's just not the person for you. They're not for you. I was so good to them. And like, listen here. Listen.
Sometimes people just be for the streets, man. That's what it
Ooh,
is. That's
I
what
was
it is.
gonna
Sometimes
say it.
people just be for the streets, man.
for the street.
It is what it is, man. You gotta just keep it pushing.
I
Facts,
mean, because
facts, facts, facts.
Evangelist Megan said,
everybody
I
can't
ain't
be in
for
the
the
street.
streets.
That's so
I
far, man.
am the streets.
I'm
And I'm gonna
saying,
be outside till I don't want to be. That's what she
hey,
said. She want to be outside. But my
there's a
pastor
space
said
for
stay in the house. So that's what I peek out the blinds.
On the
At the
block.
blinds. We got about 10 more minutes. So this was a very interesting discussion, which I knew it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be. You learn so many things. You learn so many things. Definitely gonna have more discussion with these people here, but people, I want everybody to give their last words, their last thoughts. Like Jerry Springer, final thoughts.
all right, follow my queen. Who going first?
You
Oh, well, look at there.
from one queen to another, madam.
I see you. um, I would say I want to be honest right now. I definitely came in here with negative ideas.
Ooh.
Okay. I definitely came in with alpha being number one, beta being number two, and the rest being like non-existent. Y'all change that for me though. I just definitely got the idea. I mean, there's no good and bad, right? There's the person for you, the person that's not for you.
Right.
Okay. And the traits just represent personality, right? So it doesn't have to be the end all be all. So that's what I got out of today's legit.
That's come on, somebody. Terrence.
Definitely like I said, interesting definitions because I learned what the larger perspective of what people view these titles are. I did want to say like being a bad boy is not being a drug dealer. If she likes being messing with bad boys, I did want to clear that up. You know, um, just because I have an image of non-tolerance, don't mean that that I'm a bad guy. Like as they say, women have like resting bitch face or whatever. So people don't approach them. Sometimes I got resting real nigga face. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm not going for no tolerance. Like, but
Rusted really face. I'm
but
gonna have
at
to
the end
write
of
that
the
down.
but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like we are what we attracted to. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
whatever attracts to you, that might be for you. If you want different attractions and change something about yourself, and you'll get what you're searching for.
mm,
That's my closing.
mm. I'm taking notes. If anybody wonder what I'm doing right now, I'm taking notes. Elgin.
Well, for me, it's really about just being who you are, being realistic with where you're at in your development and growth inside of yourself. If you possess some of these traits, and even if you don't possess some of these traits, you can always get there. Um, you should always value growth. I always value growth, and that's the key to getting wherever you want to be in life. And I would say, in closing, if you do, you know, possess a lot more traits on the alpha side, just be confident in that and
Mm,
be persistent and consistent.
Mm.
Because you may turn some people away. Some people may call you, facetious or arrogant or whatever.
they be all right.
But the thing about it is, people have to be okay in your atmosphere. And you may not even be the top tier leader on the board. It could be one or two people above you, but they still have to respect the atmosphere that you set. So just be confident in that. Be secure in who you are, male or female, and like my dude said, don't take no bullshit. People have to understand and respect, your mental, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You will not mentally punk me. You will not mentally degrade me, nor will you mentally um, put down my ability to process and solve problems quickly. So that is definitely the key to this whole thing. And just be confident in you. If you can't be confident in you, man, you got some work to do. So
Mm,
it starts there.
mm. So for me, it's the whole show for me. It's the research that I was doing into this, and like Terence was saying, some of these definitions, like I said, I chose these particular definitions because it fit more into the line of what I think alpha is and all of that. Because some of this stuff that I was researching and find, I was like, oh no, because a lot of it was going into, because I wrote down control is not the same thing as submission. So really quick, I want to say that as an alpha male, don't have the perception that if you like an alpha male that she won't submit to you. Being an alpha male is not about controlling anybody. Being an alpha female is not about controlling another person. It's about controlling yourself. Do you have yourself under submission? Do you have yourself under control? Can you lead your own mind? Are you disciplined? That's the thing as an alpha female I'm looking at for an alpha male. And also I want to say that you don't have to be the number one top, like you were saying, top tier alpha male or alpha woman to get somebody or to be with somebody. All you have to do is be you. Because at the end of the day, as a woman looking for a man, or when a man looking for a woman, we notice authenticity. We know if you're not being you. So if you're not an alpha male, don't go through everything I read on this list and try to be all of that stuff if that's not you. Just be you. Somebody gonna like it. And like El just said, if you want somebody that's up here in your eyes, do not act like you going up them steps to be where they at. Go up there. Actually go up. Actually go up there. That's but more importantly, just be yourself. Just be you. It's somebody that likes you. Period. It's somebody that likes you at whatever. If you heard this stuff and you feel like you a beta, it might be somebody who liked that stuff. If you feel like the Omega, it might be somebody who like that stuff. Just be you. Who you supposed to be with, where you supposed to be, come to you if you're just yourself. Because what if the right thing come to who you pretending to be?
I feel it.
That's a whole other episode. Who are you acting like, or who you are two different people. So if you don't feel like you're alpha, beta, omega, whatever, if you don't believe in that whole hierarchy or stereotype or whatever, that's fine. Whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever your personality traits or type, just be
that.
That's it. That's it. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been another episode of Queen's Realm Podcast. We're gonna be back with more. Cause we getting good. We getting good season 2. We getting good. We getting good in the meat. We getting in the marrow. You understand me? I want to get down into the mitochondria of it, okay? You understand me? We're gonna get in the nucleus. Huh? We're gonna get prophase, anaphase, telophase. We're gonna get all of the phases into this. But I thank my special guest again. I'm going to put everybody's social media and their merch, if they have any. You know, I know Mr. Burst does. I know Executive L always represents something. You know, my girl Glow got the poetry, the books. We got that book together. But Best Friend got books with an S. Come on, somebody, with an S. Understand? My only competition as far as the pin game goes, period. I said what I said. Now who gonna check me? Anyway, all the links and social medias will be down in the description. I love y'all. Now tell the people bye. Yes, tell the people bye. Tell them bye. Just there you go. Tell them bye. Tell them bye. Tell them bye. You tell them you got to keep saying bye. Keep saying bye till it's keep